Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to use ChatGPT for beginners. If you're new to ChatGPT, the biggest mistake is thinking it is just a search box. It is not just for asking random questions. Used the right way, ChatGPT can become your personal assistant, writing helper, study partner, business planner, content assistant, and productivity system. In this video, we're going to discuss how to use ChatGPT step by step as a beginner. By the end of this video, you should know how to ask better questions, what to use it for, what mistakes to avoid, and how to turn it into a practical tool for your daily life. First, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an AI tool that lets you have a conversation with artificial intelligence. You type a question, task, idea, or instruction, and ChatGPT responds with an answer. But here's the important part. ChatGPT works best when you do the following things. First, ChatGPT is better for helping you think, organize, draft, plan, explain, compare, summarize, and create. For example, instead of typing budgeting tips, you could ask, create a simple monthly budget plan for a beginner who wants to save more money, reduce credit card debt, and build better spending habits. The second prompt gives ChatGPT a clear job. And when you give ChatGPT a clear job, you usually get a better answer. Second, start with a clear goal. Before you type anything into ChatGPT, ask yourself one question. What do I want ChatGPT to help me produce? Do you want a list, a plan, a summary, a script, an explanation, a checklist, a schedule, a comparison, or a rewritten version of something? Most beginners get weak answers because they ask vague questions. You always want to be detailed as possible. Create a beginner-friendly plan to help me track spending, pay bills on time, reduce debt, and build an emergency fund. The more detailed you get, the better answers you're going to receive. Third, use this beginner prompt formula. Here's a simple formula you can use. Role plus task plus context plus format. First, your role. You want to tell ChatGPT who to act like. For example, you can act like a productivity coach. Task is next. Tell it what to do. An example, create a weekly schedule. Next, you want to give context. Give it the background. Example, you want to say create finance content and want more time for studying and business building. Next, we want to go to the format. Tell it how to organize the answer. Example, you want give it a table with daily priorities. So a strong prompt would look like this. Act like a productivity coach. Create a weekly schedule for someone who works so many hours a week. So you can say 20 hours, 40 hours a week. Studies investing, creates, also anything else you want to add in there. You want to be detailed as possible with your schedule. Put the schedule in a table with morning, afternoon, and evening blocks. This is much better than saying, make me a schedule. So you put basically everything that you have already in your weekly schedule already listed, start with. So that way, the more detailed you are, you'll have a much more clear answer. That's how you become much more productive. You can become 10 to 15 times more productive just by listing everything you do that week. Fourth, use ChatGPT for writing. One of the easiest beginner uses for ChatGPT is writing. You can use it to write emails, text messages. You can use it for your social media posts, resumes, business plans, product descriptions, meeting notes, or anything else. ChatGPT can help with drafting, revising, refining, changing tone, and turning rough notes into clearer communication. Here's a simple writing prompt. Rewrite this message so it sounds professional, clear, and respectful. Then paste your message. You can also say, make it shorter, make it more friendly, make it more direct, make it easier for a beginner to understand. This is where ChatGPT becomes, very important. You don't have to accept the first answer. You can continue to improve upon it. Fifth, use ChatGPT for learning. ChatGPT, can help you learn things a lot faster. You can ask it to explain a topic in simple language. For example, explain compound interest to a beginner using an example. Or you can ask it to explain the stock market like I'm brand new. I'm just starting out. I'm just a beginner at this. That's what. Or if you're more advanced, you can put more details in, depending on your comfort level. You can write, teach me how credit cards work, including interest, minimum payments, credit limits, or utilization. You can also use ChatGPT to quiz you. For example, quiz me on the basics of personal finance. Ask me one question at a time and explain the answer after I respond. That turns ChatGPT into a study partner. Instead of just reading information, you can interact with it. Sixth, Use ChatGPT for planning. This is a very high value use. You can use ChatGPT to help you build a daily routine, a weekly schedule, a content calendar, a business plan, a workout plan, a study plan, a budget plan, or a meeting agenda. OpenAI's brainstorming guidance says ChatGPT can help generate ideas, organize thinking, and turn rough concepts into structured plans. Here's a practical beginner prompt. Help me plan my week. My top priorities are work, health, learning, content creation, and managing my finances. Create a simple weekly plan with the top 3 priorities for each day. That gives you a starting structure. The goal is to use AI to organize your thinking so you can make better decisions. 7th, use ChatGPT for personal finance. For personal finance, ChatGPT can help you understand concepts and organize your numbers. You can ask, explain how credit card interest works, create a debt payoff checklist, help me build a monthly budget. Explain the difference between saving, investing, and speculating. Create a beginner investing glossary. Also, it's important to remember ChatGPT can help you with education, organization, and explanation. But you still need to verify numbers, understand risk, and make your own financial decisions. For personalized financial advice, you still need to talk to a qualified professional. A good beginner finance prompt is create a simple monthly financial review checklist that includes income, expenses, debt payments, credit utilization, savings, and investing progress. That kind of prompt turns ChatGPT into a financial organization tool. 8th, use ChatGPT for content creation. If you're a YouTube creator, this can be very helpful. You can ask it for video titles, hooks, outlines, scripts, descriptions, hashtags, thumbnail ideas, social media captions, repurposed clips, as well as pinned comments. Your overall quality is going to be much better if you use ChatGPT. A quick example would be, give me 10 YouTube titles about beginner personal finance. Make them clear, practical, and step by step. Then follow up with, turn title number 3 into a 1,000-word YouTube script with a strong hook, clear sections, and a call to action. Then you can turn that script into 5 shorts, 3 Facebook posts, and 2 LinkedIn posts. That is how you build a content system. 9th, use ChatGPT with files. Depending on your plan and available tools, ChatGPT may let you upload files. OpenAI's files upload guidance says users can upload things like spreadsheets or documents, and ask ChatGPT to summarize, compare, analyze, or which basically just overall, assess all the major files that you need to go over step by step. That can be useful for reviewing notes, summarizing PDFs, analyzing spreadsheets, comparing documents, organizing business information, turning raw data into your report. A useful file prompt is, summarize this document in plain English. Then give me the top action items, risk, and questions I should ask. That is very practical for business owners, students, creators, and investors. 10th, always check the answer. This is one of the most important beginner rules. Do not blindly trust every answer. ChatGPT can make mistakes. OpenAI's own help guidance says ChatGPT can produce incorrect answers, so users should check important information for accuracy. That matters especially for money, taxes, legal questions, health, investing, business contracts, current news, as well as technical details. Use ChatGPT as an assistant, not as your final authority. A good thing to always ask is, what assumptions are you making? What could be wrong with this answer? What should I verify before acting on this? That turns ChatGPT from a simple answer machine into a better thinking partner. 11th, beginner workflow. Here's a simple workflow you can use today. Step 1, pick one task. Step 2, tell ChatGPT the goal. Step 3, add context. Step 4, ask for specifics, format. Step 5, review the answer. Step 6, ask ChatGPT to improve it. Step 7, verify anything important. And finally, step 8, save the best version. Here is a full example prompt. Act like a personal productivity assistant. Help me plan tomorrow. Prioritize work, health, personal finance, content creation, and learning. Create a simple schedule, list my top 3 priorities, and give me a short evening review checklist. That is a beginner-friendly way to start using AI every day. ChatGPT is for improving your process. If you use it with clear prompts, good context, and strong follow-up questions, it can help you think better, save time, organize your life, and create more useful work. Start simple, use it for one task a day, ask it to help you plan your day, write one message, explain one concept, or organize one idea. Then build from there. Appreciate everyone watching the video this week. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer. And come back next week to watch our latest video. Hope everyone has an amazing week.